there was something that we saw, Goodman Factory, we saw on your page, your Instagram page, that I think was...
Researcher?
Yeah.
Okay,
research. But to be fair, I think Malik's been a massive follower of yours for quite a while, actually, and he's the one that's put us on you. So just getting this correct, your Instagram page is...
RaisingBoys_2men.
Okay.
Because I'm a massive Boys to Men fan.
I wouldn't have guessed.
That was my next question. How did you come up with that name? No, it's true. Big up Boys to Men still.
I've seen him about 6 times in concert. I'm just like...
really?
Yeah.
That's wicked,
I'm
man.
a massive fan.
Yeah, same. I ain't never seen them.
That's the thing.
Them guys still doing concerts.
The thing is, yeah, like, quickly digressing, yeah, when I first thought of the page, I had like 4 names and I took them to my friends and I just threw that in there and I thought no one's going to pick that. And everyone was like, no, that's the name. So I just went with it.
Raising Boys to Men.
Yeah.
I like it's got a nice ring to it still.
It has still.
So you picked up quite a big following. You've got a community there now. I'm sure that community is made up of many men inspired and prepared to be educated by someone with all your experience.
You know what though? It's 60% women that follow me.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
40%. It's got to the point now. I was in Asda yesterday. I come out at Asda and I hear beep beep. And you see when someone beeps you, yeah, you automatically kind of start to walk to the car because you're thinking, I know them. I didn't know that person. She wound down the window. She's like, yeah, I follow you on Insta. Keep doing your thing. I was like,
wow.
Big up.
okay.
Yeah. Just went there to go and get chicken.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, someone...
Plant-based though. No chicken. No chicken. No chicken.
I forgot about that.
So going back to your actual Instagram page, obviously your page, the purpose of it is, you explained to us the purpose of your page.
So originally it started as I wanted like a platform. Growing up here, I don't really have too many videos of myself as a kid, like or many photos to be honest. So originally it was like a virtual photo album that me and my boys could look back on when they're older and say, do you remember that? Do you remember that? Over time, people started to kind of gravitate towards our relationship. And then I started being a bit more open and honest. Started going on a few podcasts. People wanted to know my upbringing story. From there, people started asking me for advice on this and that. And then I started to think to myself, you know what? Co-parenting is like a taboo subject. We don't really like to talk about it. Like when I started this job I'm in now, my full-time job, people assumed I was with the mother of my child. I never corrected them because I felt like, you know what? It feels a bit uncomfortable. They would say, how's your children? Yeah, my children are good. Oh, how's your partner? Yeah, my partner's good. But they're not connected. My partner is not my children's mum. But I just didn't want to say, you know what, I don't live with my kids. Because you feel a bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Stigma, maybe.
There's a stigma, especially to me as black men as well. There's that, another one, baby mum, yeah? Like.
BM now.
BM.
So
Short.
Should just be one letter soon.
Beam. Yeah.
Just feel like B.
Yeah. So no, I get that still. Especially when you talk about the stigma and that. So how's your page developed into what it is now? Where we see, lots of, like you said, lots of women, but we see a lot of people engaging with your stuff, and clearly they want to understand and learn a bit more about co-parenting.
I think what started to drive me is the fact that my mum was a single mum growing up, right? My dad was pretty much, let's just say, not in my life. Like he may have popped in my life when I was like 6 for one day, again when I was 9, then when I was 16. I got 3 half sisters. None of them claimed me as their brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So to me, I saw my mum grinding and doing her best to raise a boy on his own. And I know that there's so many other women out there, especially, that are going through something, and men, and we feel alone. Like, I broke up with my child's mum. Like, what am I going to do? There's not really a platform which kind of shows, you know what, this is normal.
Yeah.
We go through it, and you know what, here's some of the mistakes I made. Learn from me, so that you don't make the same mistakes. If I could go back to my 22-year-old self, I'd slap him in the face because he was a prick. And that's me being real. He's a prick. But now I can look and realize that at the time, I thought I was right. Everything I was doing, I thought I was right. I don't want certain people to make those same mistakes because some things you can't come back from. Do you know what I mean? Some things you can't come back from.
It's true, man.
Like, we're talking about co-parenting, but there's actually a thing called parallel parenting. You ever heard of that?
Nope.
No.
So co-parenting is where you're working together to raise your child, right? You've kind of got the same concept, the same kind of like, this is what we want for our child. Parallel parenting is where you do not get along at all. There's no real communication. So the dad's over here doing his thing, mum's over there doing their thing. Like, you're not working together. You're both kind of like raising your child separately with different directions that you want for your child. But that's classed as parallel parenting.
So, a quick question with that: legally, parallel parenting, legally, and co-parenting are the same in terms of custody, right?
Yeah.
It's just the dynamics of
dynamics,
that is
yeah.
what creates the parallel and the co.
And the co, yeah.
Okay, so it'll be exactly the same. Okay, interesting.